ENI are a globally renowned organisation that operates in the oil and gas electricity generation. In 2010, ENI produced over 95 billion cubic metres, an increase of 7% in the previous year. ENI's net profit for the third quarter of 2011 was €1.77 billion in the quarter alone, totaling to over €5.5 billion in the last 9 months. Their closest competitors, according to Nasdaq ranking, are Quicksilver Resources, Forest Oil, and Kodak Oil Limited. According to Nasdaq, they have a similar market cap value in terms of net profit and productivity in the oil and gas industry.
Good evening. Today we're at the ENI head office over in Rome. I'd like to introduce you to my guests who are in charge of the ENI Global Strategy team. After so many years of operating worldwide as a leading company in the oil industry, particularly the European market, what challenges have you had to face or overcome in the last 20 years or so?
As a company, ENI has had to face many challenges over the last 20 years. For example, the Middle Eastern crisis. This has affected the way our company has had to adapt to global issues.
The situation in Libya, could you further elaborate on this?
Within the Middle Eastern crisis, the situation in Libya has been a tough one for our company to deal with. Production was severely affected and the majority of our European employees had to be removed for their own personal safety in early March, leaving the gas production ongoing but without any supervision from our higher level European employees.
How has Libya's economic downturn affected ENI's oil production throughout this crisis?
Our oil production was affected by a 5% decrease, resulting in an oil price surge. Unfortunately, due to this, we have had to announce that we are to shut down our output in Libya.
ENI takes their social responsibilities seriously. With presence in the energy market and countries all over the world, what issues has the company faced with cultures and public differences alike?
ENI focuses on the value of the company's stakeholders. There are 3 main areas to our social responsibilities, being business ethics, people and value of relation, fighting against corruption, being transparent to our workers in payment and value of their work, and the protection of the shareholders' investment are some of the most valued issues within these aspects.
In terms of technology and environmental factors, how does ENI manage to adapt to the changes in the market?
During the last 5 years, ENI has adapted to changes in the environmental culture worldwide. Our main aims towards the environment are reducing emissions in the atmosphere, protect natural resources, and improving the way we manage our waste at ENI. We are planning to achieve this by introducing biofuels and blue fuels, which will help us achieve our aim to minimalizing damaging the environment.
If we were to analyse the industry with Porter's 5 forces, how is the future looking in 10 to 15 years for ENI?
We are conscious of the way globalization and social conscience have changed throughout the years. Even though when using Porter to analyze the oil and energy industry, buyers or substitutes have been considered as weak forces throughout the last periods and years of operations, nowadays it's different. The world has changed and so have the minds and conscience of people towards the environment. This will make both forces more stronger, for substitutes and energy source switchings could be present in years to come. Now, we know that the way the company adapts towards the environmental culture's requirements nowadays will be crucial for the company's future.
Overall, by analysing ENI's history, the structure, which do you think are the strengths that have kept the company going for so many years?
Has a presence across the energy value chain and has a strong research development capabilities. But obviously, like any other companies, we have a weakness that we are trying to improve on. One of the weaknesses is the weak performance of the petrochemicals segments, the administrative actions and fines. Opportunities would be increasing demand for liquefied natural gas, expansion of exploration and production operation, and the improvement on the portfolio development. The main threats that ENI faces would be environmental regulation concerning Iran, disruption in Nigeria, and liberalization of the Italian natural gas market.